Unmuting our lovely friends. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the final hour of our Masks Christmas Chaos one-shot. So, I am definitely unmuted. We resume. The final panel picks up, and like the cover of this issue would be like kind of Graviton, like looking like Graviton and like kind of that holographic like fading thing, looking horrified, and at the center of it we see this like swirling black hole, and like the three of you normal size like clinging onto rubble in the middle of this dissolving mall. And then the first panel is that same shot of you going like that same panel of you going down into the middle of it, and roll to unleash your powers.
What could possibly go wrong? I only have Afraid right now, so yeah, I only have Afraid, so I can do this fine.
Mm-hmm. Just roll your freak. Boom!
There we go.
There we go, Graviton. That's what it's all about. Okay. So, on a hit, you just do it. Yeah, so we just see... so, yeah, no, I'm not going to tell you. Tell me. How does Graviton save the day?
She's gonna be like, shit. She's gonna, like, smush the black hole, and instead of, like, letting it all release out, she's gonna, like, absorb all of the energy that comes from that, like, into her body.
Yeah.
And be like...
So we see, like,
just
energy
channel that.
pulsing down your arms, and then...
Yeah.
Yeah, like, the rest of you, like, Ursidai, you're, like the shield fine dissolves, you, like, float up, and then just halfway towards Graviton, it's like, oh, and you just fall and hit the floor.
Yeah, and
Paladin...
I feel normal gravity is going to resume at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Like, as part of her unleashing her power, she's going to be like, fuck you, Doctor, what's your name?
Yeah, no, normal gravity, you, like, basically just destroy all the... And yeah, like, Paladin, you zoom past, like, going, like, flying towards Graviton, and then you, like, shoot over her, and just fall and, like, land next to Ursidai, both of you just go, on the floor. Keone, like, yeah, again, you start to fall, and they go, wait, I can fly.
Yep.
But yes.
Surely Keone should be the opposite and go straight into almost go into the ceiling.
Maybe,
yeah.
There's definitely like some, whoa, okay, readjusting to different gravity again. But yes.
And I think Johanna's gonna be like, she's gonna look up like really sheepish and guilty and be like, sorry, in like really understated, totally not enough for what has just happened, but she doesn't really know how to put in words. I'm sorry, I nearly killed you all with a black hole. So she's just gonna be like, sorry.
I think as she goes like, we get the sorry. And then, like, a bit of the roof goes and just crumbles, smashes through a table.
Good.
Yeah, what about the other three of you do?
Can we still see any of the escaping villains?
Nope.
No, they're completely out of sight.
At the moment, yes. I mean, they split in two directions. So the serious villain, Dr. Cecilius, went basically kind of deeper into them all. The three sidekick-esque people... Well, the three teenage supervillains, in the same way that you are teenage superheroes, have run kind of... Drakis seemed to be barreling you could see a Drakis-sized hole through the back of, like, a KFC kitchen. That he just ran through this food court. So I think, like, yeah, we see you, like, look over towards where Dr. Cecilius went, and, like, a Santa, like, falls over in the hallway. And then we say, ho, ho, ho. As it powers down. Yeah. All you guys.
I think Keone's gonna go over to her friend and like comfort her and be like, "Hey, it's okay. Like that was awesome."
I think I'm gonna go to Ursidai and just go, remind me never to date anyone ever again.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So Keone, so you can either do a team move here of so the outside of team move is when you share a triumphant celebration with someone. Well, I don't know if this is sharing a triumphant celebration because currently currently Graviton is very sheepish, but you can definitely comfort her.
That's what I'm doing, yeah.
Yep, so
Just
comfort or
when
support
I
someone.
approve of comfort.
So,
I'm comforting you, damn it.
normally it would be rolling plus your mundane, but do you have a move that changes that?
Yeah, so I roll my freak instead. I'm like, God, that was amazing. Earth is so cool. You're so cool. Oh my god.
So this is like while
Bad girl,
Graviton's hovering in midair and you like fly over. Oh my god! It's like moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Essentially.
roll. Yeah, it's dope. Do you stop to take a selfie?
Yeah.
Good.
Always take a selfie.
So like we get, oh my god, and they're like grabbing it. I want to selfie with this. It's like Graviton just crushed a black hole. Lols. Eggplant
I imagine
emoji.
that's how she be. She doesn't probably understand.
Yeah. Oh no, because like, it's followed by a bunch of like emoji that make no sense. Like this is an eggplant emoji, and you're just like, why? What?
It was
I mean,
dope.
that sounds like a triumphant victory. Like,
No, because I think it would be share a triumphant victory if Graviton felt it was a triumphant victory.
Should
okay.
And
I
I don't-
roll that?
I think that's comfort. So roll that freak. But as far as I can tell, Graviton doesn't feel this is a. Okay, so a
No,
7.
this is not a triumphant victory. This is a oh shit, I did it again.
So on a hit, they hear you. Graviton, you can mark a potential, you can clear a condition, or you can shift labels if they open up to you.
As in shift my labels or shift their
Yes,
labels.
shift your labels if you open up to, like... Basically, if you kind of, like, when this selfie is taken, you're throwing up the peace sign or something equally silly. If you kind of go, hey, my friend thinks it's okay, I'm going to just kind of go with her silliness. Because, hey, we did it, we saved the day. Then you can shift your labels, or you can just clear a condition because she makes you feel better.
I think I'm going to clear afraid, because then I have no conditions. Because I'm not afraid anymore. She thinks I'm amazing. She thinks that I'm great. Like, why would I be
Yeah.
I'm not afraid because they don't think I'm something to be afraid of.
Also, this selfie has perfect lighting because the sunlight is shining through the hole in the roof you made.
Yeah, like I look down fine at this
Yeah,
selfie.
that is a dope
It's
selfie because it's just amazingly well lit. But yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, you two are like floating in midair, taking pictures, and Keone is gushing about how great you are.
Yeah.
Paladin, what were you doing?
Picking myself back up. I do have 2 conditions, so I guess I'm kind of staying away from Graviton a bit because I am afraid.
That's fair.
Sorry.
I mean, yeah, Graviton is still in the air currently, so.
Oh yeah. She is still floating. She's still like giddy, and
Keone's
she feels a lot better now.
Keone's
but,
in no rush to bring her down to the ground.
No.
As far as I can tell. So yeah, so it's you and Ursidai kind of on the floor at the same time and picking yourselves up.
Yeah.
Do you say anything? Do anything?
I'm really tempted to try and shout and provoke one of the running enemies.
I don't
Don't
think
have to
you
hear me
could
there.
do that without superpowers that would make you really loud.
Okay,
You could
are they that
maybe,
far away?
if you could talk to Keone, you could try and have her mind blast some of them to provoke them, or you could just give chase.
But that would be dependent on Keone provoking again, though.
Yeah, that would be Keone doing it because she'd have to use long range telepathy.
Yeah. Would that be used powers?
That would be provoke, probably, depending on what you wanted to say to them. Because unleash your powers is like the fallback. If there's a specific move that can do it, we use that. If we don't have a specific move, we unleash powers. Or
Okay.
you could just go, I'm going to unleash my own powers and chase them down.
I like that option.
Fair. So tell me, like, are you just going to turn
I'm
and
trying to think,
sprint
like-
one way? Are you going to grab Paladin and say, let's go? What do you do?
Probably grab Paladin. Yell at the other 2. We've got to catch one. We've got to stop someone. No. Trying to think who I want to go after.
That is the question, because Dr. Cecilius went one way, the other 3 went another.
They grab Paladin, tell him, let's go get your ex.
So we hear the
drag him towards the hole that
So we hear like the cracking of
mate?
concrete as you two both put like super strength to the floor and sprint after Drakis.
Like yelling behind us as we go. We gotta get him.
Okay. Do the other two of you follow?
Yeah, I
okay.
think yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine like Cuny kind of like zipping, like zigzagging after them, sort of thing. Like, where are you going?
Can't
Yeah,
let you get away with
we're both probably like flying along behind you, like, yay, flying friends.
So here, okay.
Sky Bros, but not Sky Bros.
Sky Bros. No, I like Sky Bros.
Okay. So cool.
Why does half our team have a name?
I still like the Halcyon Heavyweights. As my, it's just because then you have like big like interlinked H's on like your building eventually and stuff like that. It's cool. But okay, yeah. So you start flying down and you pull into like the kind of west wing of this this mall. And you get to the end of it where they've got like a little garden set up, which is like strung with Christmas lights and things. However, here's the thing you find. You get to like and you see like a big hole in the end of the wing where like a Drakis-sized hole. And you get to that and you jump into it. And like I think Ursadai leaps through it, followed swiftly by Paladin, and we see.
Why do we have to leap? This thing's like 8 foot tall. I think we all fit anyway.
Oh no, I mean, but like you're on like
casually.
you're on a floor up. So it's like it's leaping
okay.
through it because you're leaping the other side more than that. And also he lightly jumped because that looks more dramatic. But yeah, and then Keone and Graviton fly out of it above. Here's the thing you will see as you get there. So from this like modern art garden, Umbra is hanging from like Christmas lights, her arms tied to them, like strung between two posts. Drakis is like groaning, having had his like shoulder impaled on the end of like a reindeer has been like slammed down onto him, and its leg through his like his shoulder, and Rapide is currently being held up by his throat by a man in jet black plate armor. Looking kind of like a Black Knight of old. You would recognize this to be the anti-hero, maybe? Known as Fallen. He would occupy a kind of space similar to maybe Punisher or Ghost Rider. In that
Right.
he targets villains, but he targets them by murdering them. Or
So he's a bronze hero. Great.
kind of like he's more violent than that. Like there's a general callousness towards collateral damage. Like some real hardline Bronze Age heroes argue that Fallen is a hero. Most people go, no. That is a vigilante at best, a villain at worst. Because like what Fallen needs, Fallen takes. Doesn't matter who owns it. If he needs money for like something, he'll just steal it. Entire like villains will die and he will do it, and he is currently holding Rapide, who is like by the throat up in the air, and yeah, the other two are like Drakis is groaning. You can see I think Paladin notices that Ophrah is still breathing, but she's got like blood running down the side, like out of the side of her mask down her neck, and like Fallen hears you land and turns like, oh, hello, Kid Paladin. And he like tosses like Rapide down so hard the ground cracks, then pulls like a dagger out of thin air and like bursts into existence as if from like black fire, and stabs it through Rapide's shoulder, pinning him to the ground, and stands up and like walks towards you, spreading his arms like, well, looks like you drove them right into my nice little trap. Good job. Before he like stops and like puts his hands behind his back, kind of almost in like military like pose, like he's very very stiff, and it's like so you four don't have the stomach for this next part, I don't think. I feel you should all run along now. And I think this is targeted mostly at Paladin, but he is trying to raise your mundane and lower your superior.
Is that to me?
Yes. Would you like to accept that influence or try and reject Fallen's influence over you? But he wants to make you go like, you can't do what I do. And you're not as good as you think you are. Just turn around and walk away.
No, I'm going to reject his words.
Okie dokie. Good.
That's what he wanted.
I am happy to help with that because I think this guy is a dick.
Okay, I'm just trying to find the exact
don't know
shifting labels influence.
I've heard about this one before.
Yeah, I mean, Ursa Dai and Paladin, you know who this guy is. But yeah, so when you reject someone's influence, roll. So you just roll flat. So just flat 2d6. I don't know if there's a place in the playbook to do this.
I don't think there is, no.
Influence, not that I can see. So yeah, you just roll. So just
Condition's not 2 flat d6.
only if you have no conditions. So if you just type type this /r space 2d6. So if you type that but without the type this into your field and hit enter, it'll do this for you. Okay, that's a 10. That's pretty solid.
Woo.
You gotta choose 2.
Yeah, so when someone with influence over you tells you who you are or how the world works, you can accept what they say or reject the influence. If you accept what they say, the GM will adjust your labels accordingly. If you want to keep your labels as they are, you must reject their influence. So, on a hit, you choose 2. You can clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. You can shift one label up and one label down by your choice. You can cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them. So you could make it so that Fallen cannot do this to you again. Like, Fallen is a person whose influence will never reach you. You can immediately prove them wrong and take some potential on it. Or you could adjust your labels the way you see fit. You get to pick 2.
2, okay. So I am going to make it so Fallen can never do it again.
Okay, make a note of that on your sheet.
Okay. And
so
the other one...
You also get +1 forward when you take actions against Fallen.
Let me just write this down.
No worries.
Fallen,
Ooh. Encounter roleplays auto-hosting me. Hi!
And the second one, I am going to clear my afraid condition.
Okay. So the thing is, to clear your afraid, you have to immediately act to prove he's wrong. So him saying that you don't have the stomach for him in general, you have to immediately prove him wrong that, like, hey, you aren't right.
Okay, so...
So you have to... Yeah, you have to prove you're better than he's... Like, his assertion is that, look, you are not a hero as you think you are. You're a half measure. Get out my face. You have to prove you're a hero in a way that maybe you believe to be heroic, as opposed to what he believes is heroic.
Okay, so what I'll do then is I shall summon my standard fighting sword slowly, so it slowly comes into being.
So we can almost we'd hear the scrape of the metal against the sheath if it had a proper sheath.
Yeah.
It's like weird particle noises as you pull it from thin air. Okay.
Point it to Opera and say, get her down, and then I'm just going to go full out at Fallen and just directly attack him.
Okay. All right. Directly engage a threat, Paladin.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
So I just need to roll danger, don't I?
Yes.
Ooh.
My mom.
Hi, Sophie's mum.
Is this... Oh God.
Okay, on an 8. Where's my thing gone? Basic news 1. There you are. I'm being an idiot. So,
actually am.
So if people would like to help and change Paladin's labels, you could bring that up to 10.
Absolutely.
So who is helping? Who's gonna inspire him to be a more dangerous man?
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna say, this isn't right. That's not what we should be doing here. That's not what your family believes in. We've got to stop this guy. So, like, I'm implying that Fallen is against the principles of his legacy, and therefore he should do something about it.
Okay, so that's raising. So you're raising his danger of like,
Yeah.
implying, but you can take him.
Yeah.
What are you lowering?
Let me have a look at what he's got.
I mean, to me, it sounds like you're lowering his mundane, because like
Yeah.
you're setting him apart from the rest of people by saying you have a legacy to uphold, and that is
Yeah.
done by fighting supervillains. Like that's
Yeah.
not a thing normal people have to worry about.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think I'll do it now on your character sheet. I'm gonna lower your mundane and
as
up
as
your
long as
danger.
he accepts that.
If
Yeah,
you
I'm
accept
happy
that,
with
yeah.
that.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
Crap, just broken the pen.
I'll provide the team. We still have how many points? 2 points.
You have 4 currently. So tell me
Okay.
what Ursidai is doing to help. Is it you're charging him as
So,
well, and you're gonna like tag
I'm
team?
charging as well. Like I've heard about this guy.
Okay. So this is we get the like.
I know how much of a danger he could be, so I'm gonna be there.
Okay, so like we see so you're stepping forward, pulling the sword out, and it's like over your shoulder to Keone and Graviton, cut her down, and then you start sprinting towards Fallen and Ursidai like a step behind you.
I'm like picking up a piece of rubble as we go, preparing to swing it at him.
We see you like flip up another reindeer and like jump over Paladin, smack it into this dude, and then we get if this was a comic book movie, it would be like him like parrying on one side and fighting on the other. So that makes it a 10. So you get to pick 2 things from the directly engage a threat menu or choices, Paladin. You can resist or avoid their blows. You can take something from the Fallen. You can create an opportunity for your allies, or you can impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I am going to create an opportunity for my allies. So Earthday's got an opportunity as well.
Okay.
And I am going to take the weapon out of his hand by just knocking it aside with my sword.
Okay. Also, thank you to I'm never entirely sure how to pronounce this. Eruania.
Yeah, Errorania.
Eruania. Hi, Shauna. There's another member of my particular Blades group. Hello. You're here for the last hour of this. It's going well. Okay, so yeah, he so like you swing at him, and he like lifts a hand, and he does the thing that like swords appear and block your sword. But like the thing is, like literally as your sword hits that guard, yours is already disappearing, and you step forward, pull another one out, and like smack the other blade out of his hand and like kick him in the back of the knee. He like falls, weaponless for the moment, and his like maximum number of blades falling to the ground. Jenny, would you mute when you're typing, please?
Yes, sorry.
No worries. And yeah, as he falls to the ground, you have an opportunity to act Ursidai. But here's the thing. He moves with godlike speed as his like other hand is falling, and he like whips his arm and punches you in the face, Paladin. And you fly backwards into like a column nearby. Roll to take a powerful blow, please.
Okay. Does my savior kick in for this? Of never give up, never surrender.
Yes. Yes, it does.
So I just roll savior, don't I?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. So on an 8, on never give up, never surrender, what happens? On 7 time you mark a condition. So you mark a condition and you get to choose whether you get an opportunity or opening against your attacker. You rally from the hit and it inspires the team, or or you keep your attacker's attention. So you've already given Ursidai an opportunity to punch this dude. So you could add a team to the pool, or you could kind of like get your own opportunity to hit him again. So you could maybe not fly backwards, but still take the blow.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna rally from the hit and take the one team to pool.
Okay, so we see you like fly back, but like you flip in the air and land like superhero pose. The metal like gauntlets dragging through the ground, pulling on the sword out thin. I was like, hoorah! And yes, mark a condition. He will also mark a condition. So Fallen. Fallen is angry.
Oh shit.
But you have an opportunity first. So Ursidai, what are you doing?
Would we consider his armor an insurmountable barrier?
Yes.
Because if so, I could physics. What physics again?
Absolutely.
It's the same as my armor. It pretty much covers your entire body, but there are openings.
Openings big enough for your fingers to sink into.
Openings. I'm going through that thing.
Okay. I mean, it's openings big enough for your fingers to sink into, so you can peel him like a potato.
A potato.
Yep. Okay, so how does physics, what physics work?
It basically means for me to unleash my powers are all danger.
Okay, well then unleash your powers to strip him of his protective armor.
Peel him like that potato.
Damn. Okay. So a full hit on unleash your powers. On a hit, you do it. Yeah, you don't need to mark a condition or anything. So yeah, like, what does this look like? He falls to his knees in front of you, and then you're just there. Like, you skid around the other side of the sword barrier he made, and he, like, turns around from having, like, smacked Paladin in the face as your, like, hand lands on his, like, the gap in his, like, plates at his shoulder. Oh, tell me what this looks like.
So yeah, he's on it, and I literally just start tearing through the armor. I mean, it's almost like it's not paper, but it's going almost that badly.
Like, it looks like paper while your hand is pushing through it, and then it lands on the ground and clangs against it. And we see, like, links of chainmail flying off. And yeah, underneath the armor, we see this man who looks weirdly like unarmored paladin. And but his hair's like, whereas what color hair do you have, Paladin?
I have purple hair.
Okay. Is that specifically dyed? Or is that your family's? Okay. So okay, so where he has, like, what color does your family have naturally?
We naturally have blonde hair.
This guy has, like, jet black inky hair. He's also grown, like, a fuzzy beard, but, like, he just looks like it's Paladin, but 3 years older and with different hair. Like, it's it. Like, they could be identical twins if they were the same age. And yeah, but he is exposed. However, he is also furious. And he is going to
have an opportunity for another attack.
No, he took he got the team, I believe.
I got the team. Sorry.
So yes, I should remark that. But also, like, he gets to use his move because he's angry. So he is going to... Yeah, so he like, as you peel his armor off, his, like, other hand, like, swings round, and you see all the swords he's conjured disappear. But the thing is, you're, like, busy, like, tearing plate mail off. Paladin, you land, and you see his, like, as his arms are coming up, conjuring from, like, this black flames above his head. Like, just this ridiculous number of, like, swords and maces above his head, and he just swings down as you, like, pull his, like, helmet, like the mask of his helmet, like, crumples and pulls off his face. Thank you for the follow, Skull Revolver. Like, pull off his face, and he swings his arms down at the same time. And this, like, massive amount of weapons just, like, pounds down onto you. Actually, onto the both of you. Yes, take a powerful blow, Ursidai.
What's that conditions? Yeah.
Yes, just roll your conditions. That's a 9.
Oh damn.
So basic moves, you choose from the 7 to 9 list. So you can give ground, you can take 2 conditions, or you can lash out verbally at one of your teammates. So, don't know whether you believe Paladin to in some way be at fault for this, or whether you want to just, like, jump away from all these, like, falling swords made of, like, magical... Because, like, you've fought Paladin before. You know that weird magical weapons can hurt you. You gonna take the conditions?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't gotten it yet, so...
Fair. Okay, so mark 2 conditions. Alright, Graviton and Keone.
Yes.
Keone first, what are you doing? Because Graviton has already helped here.
Gosh.
I'll ask you what conditions you mark in a second, buddy. So there's like the three teenage supervillains are like strung up or pinned to the ground with spiky things.
Well, Paladin said to save Orpha, so is it Orpha? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could fly up and do that. How far is she off the ground? Is she off the ground or?
Yeah, she's off the ground. Like she's like suspended between like 2 kind of lamppost height things by like Christmas lights that are wrapped around her arms. You could cut her down.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, yeah, Keone can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure like Fallen is distracted enough.
Yeah. So like you can like slice her down as you lower to the ground and like you lower her head down through your telepathy. Orpha's inner state flash into your brain, and you see the moment that she broke up with Paladin. Like it flashes actually backwards through like.
I thought it was he broke up with her.
Well, sorry, the breakup, but like it flashes back through her life, and like you see the fight with like her bursting out of this window, and like as Drakis did it, this like giant hammer hitting Drakis in the face, and like her being caught out of midair by this like black armored knight. You could feel her hatred like surge of this paladin figure. It's like even as like you're obviously not paladin, your armor's black. The paladin armor is white and gold, but even then she just hates the very similarities. Then it cuts back to like looking down on Paladin, and like you get this weird like you've read Human Emotions before.
Yeah.
There's something unnatural about how angry she is. Like when it gets like, because like when it gets back to the breakup, you feel her anger as it was then, and her like this kind of mixture of anger, like shame to some smaller degree, and general regret around it of like this isn't fair. But the way that she feels at other times, like it's murkier and amplified in some way. But it's still going on, and not to mention she is injured. And like this strange anger is rooted in her in an alien thing that isn't her own, entirely at least.
Right. You say alien with.
Sorry, not
that kind of alien.
Alien as in
unusual, never seen before.
A thing that doesn't entirely belong to her body.
Right, I see.
The same way like a virus or that thing might be, like this anger. Well, it's rooted within the actual emotion she feels towards Paladin. There's something changing and exacerbating that condition for her.
I just appreciate that you use virus here.
What do you want to do?
Well, she's knocked out, isn't she? There's not a lot I can.
Yeah, she's like semi-conscious. You can see she's bleeding from underneath her mask and stuff like that.
I can't really, because I don't really have any healing powers as such. So.
No.
Can I?
All I said was get her down.
Sorry.
All I said was get her down.
No, you know. Fair enough. But sorry, what was that?
Can I like probe further into what that is?
You definitely could. So I think that's pierce the mask.
Cool. Let's do
Or
that.
is it telepathy because that's
It's I think
power?
it's piercing the mask using telepathy. I would
Okay.
think
Okay.
personally, because that's the
I'm up for
specific
this.
move for reading a person. Pierce the mask. So roll your mundane unless you have a pierce the mask specific ability.
I don't think I do. It's just slightly irritating because I'm not very mundane at all.
It's kind of the opposite of mundane. It's not really what you're good
'cause
at.
my best of them is only comforting and supporting, so that's
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't. Yeah. Okay. Because you have
Okay,
to
yeah.
you have to understand human emotions to understand what is unhuman about her emotions.
okay. So, do any of my like conditions affect that though?
What conditions
Oh
do you
no,
have
no, I
marked?
don't have angry, so we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Good. Okay, I could go.
Uh,
It's a hit, woo.
nice.
Nice.
Um. Yeah. Okay. So on a 7, I believe you get. So the basic moves 1, pierce the mask. You can ask one question. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank? How could I gain influence over you?
Well, I think she's already done what she intended to do.
Get one question. I'm not going to give you any clues.
Thanks.
I know job.
So yeah, I know. I'm just wondering if I could. I can't really fix this anger influence, really, can I? Wait, can I get influence over her then?
I mean, you could ask. The question you could ask would be, how could I get your character to forgive Paladin? And
that would
also,
be a good one,
how could
actually,
I
yeah.
how could I gain influence over you is also a question you could ask.
Yeah, I can only ask one.
Only one. Only one.
Okay,
There's-
basically, I want her to stop being a bitch. So let's ask, like, how can I stop you being a bitch?
Okay,
Or
so
like, make up a paladin, or that
you
one.
you probe the depths of this anger and like you find a memory,
Okay.
which is shortly after she broke up with Paladin. Like, actually no, it's literally seconds. Like, Paladin, tell me, like, when and where you broke up with Jess.
We broke up at that mall.
Okay.
With like all in normal clothes, of course, and I basically just said, look, I don't want to break up with you, but I have to because I was told to. So
Yeah.
that's it, I'm afraid, and I just walk away.
Okay, yeah, and like I think that we get from her perspective her like standing up and screaming at you that you're a coward and that you don't do anything, that you're like just because your dad and granddad say you have to. And then like as you go out of sight, we see her like you feel her like legs buckling and her crying. And then you just hear like as like you get the kind of you get entirely from her perspective, so you feel like her with her head in her hands. She actually, and you can feel she liked Paladin a lot. And this was actually heavy to her. And then you hear her, well, that was dramatic. And she looks up startlingly, and there's this man sitting opposite her, with his arm like over the back of the seat, and he's dressed in like this purple suit with the coat hanging down, and his like, he's got horns, and no one else is looking at him in the room, and he's like, you know, I could help you feel better about this. And he opens his like hand, and there's like bandages or like ribbons of cloth start like peeling out of his like shirt sleeve, tracing themselves into this mask. And every time they like start setting until they look like these solid like bands of material that make this mask up. And he's like, why don't you take that, and I'll give you all the power you need to make little kid Paladin over there and his family regret the day they dared to make you feel this powerless. And like, this big ass grin across his face, and you can feel her like, no, that's obviously a like her like the bit in the back of her going, this is obviously a bad idea. But then the part of her that's just angry and wants to make people pay, and she reaches out and she grabs it, and that instant it roots into that anger and amplifies it into going from like, I feel bad about a breakup to I will take hostages and threaten people to get revenge for a breakup. And yeah, so the way you could get, and that's when you cut back out the memory. The way you could get her to forgive Paladin is you could get this mask. You could unhook this mask from her soul, and hope that somehow that gives her the ability to move on like a person as opposed to a magically enchanted something else. Graviton,
Yes, dear.
what are you doing?
Well, I'm kind of useless right now. I mean, I'm not,
I mean, you're
but
floating in midair. Ursadai is
Yeah.
like jumped away as Fallen brings all these swords like slamming down around him. So he's got like this gap, like there's this circle around him with like at two ends you have Paladin and Ursadai, and then he's like glaring up.
I kind of want to charge my powers because I want more burn available.
Burn bright,
Yeah.
Graviton, burn bright.
I'm hopefully
it.
not going to fail this roll.
Roll it.
Oh shit!
Oh dear.
I
Okay.
hate that laugh. That means
Fuck you,
We
Finn.
were
Well-
doing so well.
that
Well-
means
Fuck
yeah.
you, Finbar.
Well, take.
I mean, I have 2 burn now, so
Okay.
I can do 2 things, but I need 3
I mean,
conditions again.
yeah. So mark those conditions.
I'm gonna mark guilty because I hurt you all before. I'm gonna mark angry because I want this guy to like die. And I'm gonna mark insecure.
Okay. So what do you do?
Guys, there's something just annoying me. Someone's making some noise. I just need about 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, let's figure out what Graviton wants to do, and
Um,
make that roll.
I would like to do reality storm
All right.
at
At
Fallen.
Fallen. So what does that look like?
This is I'm gonna like nerd out here. This is making lots of minuscule black holes that then evaporate and force out gamma rays. So it's gonna be like lots of little gamma ray bursts at his face, which is
Okay.
of course a comfortable thing for anybody.
Yep.
Very-
It's like machine gun black holes.
Okay. So we just see his like flesh warping as like different parts were pulled away and compressed and crushed into unbelievably tiny things. Sweet. So this
So I'm
is
gonna spend a burn, directly engage a threat, and I'm gonna roll freak instead of danger.
you do have to spend that second burn if you want that to be localized to just him and not inflict collateral damage.
I shall do that.
Okay.
So I will spend both of my burn and be productive.
Be productive. What are you productive? Wait, what?
I was productive. That is a hit.
So you directly
Yay.
engaged a threat with your freak, so you get to pick one of the directly engage a threat options.
I'm going to resist or avoid their blows.
Okay, so like he feels the energy in the space move as you like gather, and like you see him conjure like a bow and
Okay,
arrow, and just like draws and shoots at you, and you like hold up a hand, and the arrow like twists as you like form a center of gravity in the middle of it, and like compresses into itself, and you just catch this like compressed ball of like steel and wood, and he like looks at you like, what the hell? And then you just like cycle the other hand over and press down, and we see like, as you push down, this like giant handprint appears like around him as he's just shoved down into the ground, like the swords that he's conjured bending under the forces of gravity. Yes, but you don't take any damage from this. However, he is in a great deal of pain.
Yep, that's the point.
But he
Do I get to clear angry because I directly broke something or hurt someone?
I think directly hurt someone. I'll give you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here's the thing, however, you see him slowly stand up, even under the weight of the incredible gravity you're putting him under. his
Oh, shit.
armor like sloughing off because he no longer has like a direct link to it after Erstad tore it off of him. And like
Oh boy.
obviously shaking under it, and he looks like at you, Graviton, and you see a look in his eyes you recognize in people. Fallen is a terrifying scourge upon this city. He's to both heroes and villains, because it doesn't really matter if he judges you to be in the wrong, he just takes the role of executioner. And he looks at you with a thing you've seen maybe once or twice before in your life, from like directly. He's scared of you, and then suddenly he's gone. He runs, and he with and this is the thing, Paladin. Fallen has godlike speed.
Yeah.
He has more abilities than he should.
Yeah.
He didn't have that, but he's gone. And yeah, there's just like an after, like a shining, like, and it's not like a shining. It's like this murky, like inkish and slowly dripping away after image, as he like just bolts out of there. And yeah, you win. All the supervillains in this area are down. Congratulations. Yeah, and I guess the closing scenes are going to be as you like handcuff the supervillains and start putting them in the police wagons. And we see like Ophrah glaring at Paladin as she's put into the back of it, and then like reporters swarm Paladin, go like, Kid Paladin, have you got any comment on why this supervillain specifically called you out? We see like Ursadai like lifting, like pulling the thing that's impaling Drakis off of him and lifting him, like throwing him in the back of a van. Like they've got like a specific van for giant like monster people, because obviously they do this super seriously. But here's the thing, Ursadai, as you like throw him down, Drakis like looks at you and goes like, 36? And like seeing this blank look on your face, like, what the fuck? And he like laughs at you and like lifts an arm, and you see tattooed on the inside of his like rib cage is the cross and triangles pointing inwards logo of the base that you were kidnapped, or you escaped from a few years ago. And like he sees like your eyes go wide, and Drakis like just laughs, like as this like muzzle is like put over him to stop him breathing fire. You can hear him like just belly laughing as it drives away. And yeah, Graviton's slowly like floating down to the ground, and Keone like catching you as you like falter from this overexertion of your abilities. And like, sure, your abilities come with a terrible cost, and every time you use them, the world is awful. But like, Keone's still there for you.
Yes, she is. Best
and-
alien friend is best alien friend.
Yes.
course.
And I think the
course.
last like image we get is is Paladin your father? Is your father is the current active member of the legacy,
Yes.
right? Yeah, is like arrives like dramatically, like giant shield and like sword across his back, and he like puts his hand on your shoulder and is like, we'll discuss this later, and like takes over the like press conference. And like you and Ursadai walk over to the other two, and this flying car like pulls in behind you, and we get the final panel of the four of you like all turning to like, technically you're turning to look at the press conference, but from our perspective you're all looking into camera with the shining golden like silver car behind you, and then at the bottom, to be continued. And that's it. That's
Dun, dun,
that is our
dun.
Christmas
Nice.
Chaos one shot. Congratulations, none of you died.
God, how did that happen?
I mean, I nearly killed two of you, but that's fine. I didn't.
It
Did
worked.
your best.
So close.
Okay, so let's go around and do some thoughts, feelings, shout outs, that sort of stuff. So I'll go around by my overlay. Jenny, if you have thoughts
Yeah.
and feelings you'd like to direct people to somewhere on the internet.
Well, I
Speak
don't
now.
have the internet things other than my Facebook and Tumblr, and I don't give those out to the internet. So, this was fun. Follow Finn. Follow Finn. I have had alcohol. Follow Finn. Love Finn. Give him money. Yeah.
Give him money.
I mean,
Do all the things for Finbar. What could possibly go wrong?
other than I could like, yeah. Okay. Ben, Blankford, Ursadai,
Yeah,
Impa,
I don't do very
Banana,
much
all
on
of the
the
many
either.
names you have.
Was it Blankford, Banana? Yeah, it goes on. I don't do very much on the internet apart from hang out here and in Hop's chat and
Yeah.
in Overwatch. Yeah,
And watch.
give Finn money.
Give him money.
I'm liking these shout outs. They're mostly just like pay me. Dear. Okay, Chrissy Bean.
Yeah, you could follow me on Twitter at ChrissyBean93. I do occasionally stream. I just need a schedule. Next year, I'm going to have a gaming YouTube channel
Ooh.
that I'm currently doing a series for. So the channel doesn't exist yet. So
You should
me
go
on
follow his
Twitter.
Twitch, and then he'll probably tell you about it on there. That's what you
Yeah,
should do.
yeah. I'm currently doing a playthrough of Borderlands 2 with the mighty Ben, who I'm attempting to get killed at every opportunity.
It's good. It's good. Okay.
Only done it once so far.
And just make sure you give Finn money.
I like all of this. Cool. And again, last but not least, our wonderful alien lady, Sophie.
Yeah, that's me. So my Twitch is down below, and same as my Twitter because I have consistent branding. That's about it. Give Finn money, I guess, if you want to. Or you could spend that money on yourself.
You could. That is entirely reasonable.
Why ruin this, Sophie? Why would you?
If
Here's
you give him money, he's gonna read bullshit stuff.
Great crappy
If you
fan
get to
fiction.
£150, he'll read
Well,
50 Shades of Grey.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
To, like, save up for New Year shit.
I'll just state my philosophy on giving tips. Tips are nowhere required to enjoy the stream. You do not have to tip if you want to watch. Do not give me money you can't afford to spend. If, however, the idea of me reading out 50 Shades of Grey sounds hilarious to you, and you want to make me drink tequila, that is your decision, and that would be great. Alright, thank you all for coming down. This was a great one-shot. I had a lovely time. You're all a bunch of super nerds. And I'll see you in chat after this. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace.
Say bye, chat.